I thought to summarize the scope chain better with infographics. First, I'd read through the formal definition of scope chain. When a variable is used in JavaScript, JavaScript engine will try to find the variable's value in current scope, which is the current execution context variable environment. If it could not find the variable, it will look into the outer scope and will continue to do so until it finds the variable or reaches the global scope, which is the global execution context variable environment. And if it still could not find the variable, it will either implicitly declare the variable in the global scope, if not in strict mode, or return an error. Okay, so that's the formal definition. We have seen the global variable, we have seen this piece of code, and this is the infographics, which helps us to gain some additional insight. So this is the first line of code, rank 1. So by then your global execution context is created, and during the second phase of the execution context, right, the control, when it moves line 8 into line 9, you find the rank being set to 1. Okay, and then you have this printed, and it invokes function a. You have the execution context created for function a, and during the initial run, rank is set to undefined, and during the second run, which is the code execution, rank gets set to 2. So the rank is 2 here. And then it invokes function b, and inside function b, you are referencing rank. So JavaScript engine would not find rank within function b. So it looks outside of this context, the function b's context, the local context, which happens to be the global context, and it spots rank being defined and initialized, declared and initialized to 1. So it just prints 1 here. Okay, so that's what the this simple explanation is. Let's move on to um, the implicit declaration. So this we had, you know, uh, we have run this code also. Never mind. So here the first line of code, it's invoking function A. We have a local variable my name, which is set to Kali, and function A invokes function B, where you just have the declaration. It's not the declaration; it's just have a definition for my name, and it is set to Shibu, but it's not declared within B, right? So when it encounters this, it looks for my name being declared elsewhere outside of the local scope. Outside of this local scope, and okay, and no, it happens to be the global one outside of this local scope. It looks out, and it happens to be the the global execution context, but it still couldn't spot my name, right? And this is not being run in strict mode, so it implicitly declares the variable my name. So anything which is implicitly declared, right, it becomes global. Okay, and it declares the variable here. So my name, which is referenced inside function b, becomes a global variable, and it is set to the name Shibu, the value Shibu, and it gets printed here as well as here, as well as when the control returns out of the function B and it reaches line number 15, and when my name gets printed, it prints Shibu. So you find Shibu being printed twice. Cool, let's move on. Okay, this is the traversing the scope scope chain. So this is similar to the one that we just defined, but this is one level deeper. The function is, it's a nested function here. Okay, we look at function B, which is not in the global scope, but scoped lexically inside function A. So this is the first line of code. My name is set to Shibu. Function A is called, and when function A references my name, when function A is called and function A has my name, which is set to Kali, and the function B is invoked, and function B is nested inside function A. And within function B, my name is referenced, and my name is not local to function B, because function B's execution context, the variable environment of function B's execution context doesn't contain my name. So JavaScript engine moves one level up, and it happens to be the scope of A, or the variable environment of the execution context of A, and spots my name variable declared and initialized to Kali. So it's just picks it up and displays here. Okay, so that's what being explained. And what happens when if the line number 9 is commented out? Okay, so that was a question asked in the previous video. Okay, so typically what happens is, the JS engine looks at the outer scope and couldn't spot it. It moves one level up, so it enters the global scope, the global execution context variable environment, and it spots my name and picks up Shibu here. So instead of Kali being printed, you get Shibu printed here. Okay, so that's the explanation, and that's the infographics, which gives you additional perspective. Thank you.